Lisa stepped onto the human ship with Mira by her side. The other humans stared at the tall green alien woman with golden eyes. Some looked scared, others looked curious. The ship Captain Amy welcomed them both. Captain Amy had short red hair and kind eyes. She shook hands with Lisa, then offered her hand to Mira. Mira copied the gesture carefully. This was the first official greeting between their species. "Welcome aboard the Starlight," Lisa said. "Captain Amy, this is Mira. She is from the Allori people. They saved my life." Mira stood tall and proud. She wore her formal clothes, shiny metal and flowing blue fabric that seemed to move like water. Her voice was musical as she spoke. "We are happy to meet humans in peace. We hope this is the start of friendship between our worlds." The ship doctors wanted to check Lisa. She had been on the alien planet for many weeks. They were surprised to find her in perfect health, better than when she left Earth. The Allori had given her special food and medicine. While Lisa was with the doctors, Mira explored the human ship. She found everything strange and interesting. The humans used so many buttons and screens. The Allori controlled their machines with their minds. Mira thought the human way seemed slow, but she was polite and did not say this. A young human woman named Olivia was assigned to show Mira around. Olivia had brown skin and dark curly hair. She was a scientist who studied alien life. She had many questions for Mira. "Your people? The Allori. How long have you been traveling in space?" Olivia asked as they walked through the ship corridors. Mira thought about this. "We have moved between the stars for 20,000 of your Earth years. We visit many worlds, but we rarely meet other thinking beings like yourselves." Olivia was amazed. The Allori were far more advanced than humans. "How many worlds do your people live on?" Mira made a gesture with her long fingers. 17 worlds circle 7 suns. We grow our cities, we do not build them. We live with the planets, not on them." Olivia wrote everything down on her tablet. She had never heard of cities that grew like plants. She wanted to learn all about Allori technology. Meanwhile, Lisa finished with the doctors. She found Captain Amy in the control room of the ship. Captain Amy looked serious. "We need to talk about the Allori," she said. Lisa sat down. "What about them?" "They helped me. They saved my life." Captain Amy nodded. "I believe you. But Earth Command is nervous. They want to know if the Allori are dangerous. They have technology far beyond ours." "Some people are afraid." Lisa shook her head. "The Allori are peaceful. They could have hurt me, but instead they protected me. Mira never left my side, Captain." Amy sighed. "Earth, people will be scared of things they don't understand. We need to prepare before we arrive home. Some humans might not welcome the Allori." Lisa felt worried. She had not thought about this. She had been so happy to find friends on the alien world, she forgot how fearful humans could be. She needed to make sure Mira would be safe on Earth. The journey to Earth would take 3 weeks. This gave Lisa time to teach Mira about humans. Captain Amy gave them a small room to share. Lisa showed Mira pictures of Earth on a screen. "Look, this is where I live. This is a city called Boston. There are tall buildings, but not as beautiful as your growing cities." Mira leaned close to see the pictures, her golden eyes wide with wonder. "Your world is so blue. So much water. We have less water on our world. That is why we value it so much." Lisa taught Mira about human customs, how to greet different people, how to eat with forks and spoons, how to understand human expressions. Mira learned quickly. Her people were natural students. Mira taught Lisa more of the Allori language. It was full of musical sounds and hand movements. Lisa found it difficult, but she tried hard. She wanted to honor Mira's culture. One night as they sat in their room, Mira seemed sad. Lisa asked what was wrong. Mira looked at her with those golden eyes. "I worry about going to Earth. Some of your people may fear me. My appearance is strange to them." "I know this." Lisa reached out and touched Mira's hand. "Not everyone will be afraid. Many humans will welcome you. They will be excited to meet someone from another world. Just like I was." Mira nodded but still looked worried. There is something else you should know. The Allori Council. They did not only send me to learn about humans, they hope I can make an agreement. A treaty between our worlds, Lisa was surprised. What kind of treaty? Mira explained. The stars are full of dangers. There are others out there. Not all are peaceful like the Allori. Some would harm both our peoples. We have protected our worlds for thousands of years. We could protect Earth too. Lisa understood now. The Allori wanted an alliance. This was bigger than friendship between two people. This could change the future for both species as they got closer to Earth. Lisa noticed Mira studying human technology. Closely, Mira asked many questions about Earth weapons, Earth ships, Earth defenses. Lisa wondered why Mira was so interested in these things. Was she truly worried about dangers in space? Or was there another reason? One day, Lisa found Mira talking quietly with another crew member, Susan. Susan worked in ship security. Lisa felt a moment of doubt. What were they discussing? Lisa pushed the feeling away. Mira was her friend. She had promised to protect Lisa. She would not betray humans. Captain Amy called everyone to the main room of the ship. We will reach Earth orbit tomorrow. We have received messages from Earth Command. They are both excited and nervous about our Allori guest. Special security will meet us. We will land at a military base, not a public spaceport. Mira looked at Lisa. Is this normal? Lisa shook her head. For important visitors? Yes. But it shows they are being careful. They don't fully trust you yet. That night, Lisa could not sleep. She thought about everything that had happened since her ship crashed on the Allori world. It seemed like a dream. The purple sky, the glowing city, Mira giving her strange fruit that tasted like honey, the Allori showing her their amazing technology. She wondered if Earth humans would accept the Allori. Would they become friends or would fear? When Mira sat by the window looking at the stars, she seemed to be meditating. Her eyes closed, her breathing slow. Lisa watched her friend, the alien woman who had changed her life. The next morning they prepared to land. Mira wore her most impressive Allori clothes. They shimmered with colors that seemed impossible. Lisa wore a clean uniform given to her by Captain Amy. The ship shook as it entered Earth's atmosphere. Through the windows, they could see blue sky, then clouds, then the ground coming closer. Green fields, a long runway, buildings with flags. The ship landed with a gentle bump. Captain Amy came to them. It's time, she said. Lisa took Mira's hand together. They walked to the ship door. It opened. Sunlight streamed in. Earth. Sunlight. Lisa breathed deeply. The air of home. Outside stood rows of people. Some wore military uniforms, others wore suits. A tall woman with gray hair stepped forward. She wore a blue suit with many pins and medals. Lisa recognized her from news videos. General Carol Wright, head of Earth Space Command. Welcome home, Lisa. General Wright said. Her voice was firm but not unkind. Then she looked at Mira. And welcome to Earth, Ambassador Mira of the Allori. We have much to discuss. Mira bowed in the Allori way. I bring greetings and friendship from my people. We are honored to walk on your world. General Wright nodded. Follow me, please. We have prepared a place for you both. There are many people eager to meet our first official visitor from another world. They walked across the landing area. People stared at Mira. Some took pictures. News drones hovered overhead, recording everything. Lisa felt proud walking beside her alien friend. This was history happening. They entered a large building. Inside was cool, and quiet guards stood at every door. Lisa and Mira were led to a comfortable room with chairs and tables. Food and drinks waited for them. General Wright sat across from them. First, we must ask some questions. For security. You understand? She looked at Mira. Mira nodded. Security is important to the Allori too. We protect what we value. For hours they talked. General Wright and other officials asked many questions about the Allori. Their world, their technology, their intentions. Mira answered calmly. And honestly, Lisa helped explain things when needed. As the sun set outside the windows, General Wright finally smiled. "I believe we can work together," she said to Mira. "Tomorrow, you will meet more government people. Then if all goes well, you will see more of our world. Would you like that?" Mira looked at Lisa, then back to General Wright. "I would be honored, but I have one request." "What is that?" General Wright asked. "I wish for Lisa to stay with me. She understands my ways. She is the bridge between our peoples. And I promise to protect her." General Wright thought for a moment, then nodded. "That seems reasonable, Lisa. You are officially assigned as Ambassador Mira's guide and translator." Lisa felt relief. She would stay with Mira. Their journey would continue that night in their new room on Earth base. Lisa asked Mira, "What do you think of Earth so far?" Mira looked out the window at the stars. "Your world is beautiful. Your people are complicated. Some fear me, some welcome me. This is natural, I think. Earth and Ilori can be friends, but it will take time." Lisa nodded. "Time and chocolate." She smiled, remembering how their friendship began. Mira laughed her bell-like laugh. "Yes, time and chocolate. And trust. We must build trust." The next morning, Lisa woke to find Mira already dressed. She stood by the window watching the sunrise. Her green skin glowed in the golden light. She looked both beautiful and strange. Lisa got up and stood beside her friend Mira. "What will happen today?" she asked. Mira turned to her. "Today we meet your leaders. They will ask many questions. They will want to know about Ilori technology. They always do." Lisa nodded. That made sense. Humans always wanted new technology. Earth was still young in space. Travel compared to the Ilori. A helper brought them breakfast. Mira looked at the food with interest. She picked up a strawberry and sniffed it like the chocolate. Lisa said, smiling, "Try it." Mira bit into the red fruit. Her golden eyes widened. "Sweet," she said, "different than our fruits, but good." After breakfast, they were taken to a large room with a long table. Many important people sat there. They wore fancy clothes. Some were from the government. Some were from big companies. Some were scientists. Lisa recognized a few from news videos. A woman named Sharon stood up. She had a friendly smile but serious eyes. She was the Earth President representative. "Welcome, Ambassador Mira," she said. "We hope your stay on Earth will be pleasant and productive." Mira bowed in the Ilori way. "The honor is mine. Your world has much beauty and your people much spirit." For many hours they talked. The Earth people asked questions about Ilori worlds, Ilori science, Ilori beliefs. Mira answered what she could. Some things, she said, were secret, known only to Ilori leaders. This made some Earth people look unhappy. They showed Mira pictures of Earth cities, Earth animals, Earth oceans. Mira seemed most interested in the oceans. "Your water is so vast," she said. "Our worlds have less. We treasure each drop." A man named George, who worked with space technology, asked, "Can you tell us about Ilori ships? How do they move between stars so quickly?" Mira was quiet for a moment. "We fold space," she said finally. "We do not push through it as your ships do. But the method I cannot share. That knowledge belongs to the Ilori Council." George looked disappointed. Lisa could see many Earth people wanted Ilori technology. They hoped Mira would share secrets. At midday, they stopped for food. President Sharon spoke with Lisa, while Mira talked with others. "You found a remarkable friend," Lisa Sharon said. Her voice was kind, but her eyes were sharp. "What do the Ilori truly want with Earth?" Lisa thought carefully. "They say they want alliance. They speak of dangers in space. Other beings not friendly like them." Sharon nodded. "I see." "And do you believe them?" Lisa remembered her weeks on the Ilori world, the kindness they showed her. "Yes, I do believe them, but I understand why Earth is careful. We just met. Trust takes time." After the meal, a small group, including Lisa and Mira, went outside. A car waited for them. They drove through the military base. Lisa explained to Mira about cars and roads. The Ilori had flying platforms, not ground vehicles. They drove. Lisa noticed other cars following them. Guards with weapons rode in these cars. She realized Mira was being protected, or perhaps they were protecting humans from her. The thought made Lisa sad. They arrived at a building with many glass. Windows inside was cool and bright. People in white coats worked at machines. This was a science place. Sharon explained. We study space here. We hope to learn from the Allori scientists crowded around Mira. They had many questions. They showed her Earth. Science machines, computers, microscopes, star maps. Mira looked at everything with interest. Her long fingers touched screens. Her golden eyes noticed details. Lisa saw that Mira was learning much about Earth science. One scientist, Mary, asked if they could study Mira herself. We would like to know more about Allori biology, if you permit. Mira agreed. They took samples of her green skin, her silver hair. They scanned her body with machines. They measured her height, her strength, her senses. Mira was taller than most humans. Her hearing was better. Her eyes could see colors. Humans could not. Mary was excited. Your cells are different, she told Mira. They use energy in ways ours don't. This could help our medicine. Mira smiled. If this helps humans, I am pleased. That evening they returned to their rooms. Lisa was tired, but Mira seemed full of energy. She walked around the room, touching things, looking at pictures on the walls. Lisa sat on her bed. Mira. She asked, why did the Allori Council really send you to Earth? Mira turned her golden eyes serious. I told truth. There are dangers in space. We seek alliance with humans, but there is more. She sat beside Lisa. We have watched Earth for many years. Humans grow quickly. Your technology advances fast, but your wisdom does not always keep pace. You fight among yourselves, you harm your world. The Allori Council worries what humans might do when they reach farther stars. Lisa felt defensive. We are young compared to Allori. We make mistakes, but we learn. Mira nodded. I believe this. But some Allori think humans should be watched carefully. Some even think humans should be stopped from leaving their solar system. She took Lisa's hand. I do not think this. I told the council. Humans have great spirit, great heart. I said we should be friends, not watchers. Lisa was shocked. Some Allori wanted to stop human space travel. This was not the friendly message Mira had given Earth. Leaders Mira seemed to read her thoughts. Do not fear, Lisa. I am here to build friendship between our worlds, but there must be honesty. The Allori Council sent me to judge if humans are ready for the stars. Lisa understood now. Mira was not just an ambassador. She was here to decide if humans deserved to join other space travelers, or if they should be kept isolated. The next day they visited more places, a farm where food was grown. Mira touched the soil, smelled the plants. She seemed pleased. A factory where ships were built. Mira watched the workers with interest. A school where young humans learned. Mira spoke with the children. They were not afraid of her. They asked simple, honest questions that made Mira laugh. Her bell-like laugh. One small girl gave Mira a drawing. It showed a green woman holding hands with a human woman. Both had big smiles. This is you and Lisa. The girl said, you are friends. Mira knelt down beside the child. Yes, we are friends, she said. She looked at Lisa over the child's head. Her golden eyes soft. That evening, there was a party. Many important Earth people came. They wore fancy clothes. They ate special food. They wanted to meet the alien ambassador. Lisa stayed close to Mira, helping her understand Earth customs. A man played music on a piano. Mira listened with her eyes closed. The Allori loved music. This was something humans and Allori shared. President Sharon made a speech. We welcome our visitor from the stars, she said. We hope this is the beginning of friendship between our worlds. She raised her glass. To new friends, everyone drank. Mira sipped her. Drink carefully. Her people were not used to alcohol. Lisa had warned her. Later, as they walked in a garden outside, Sharon spoke quietly to Lisa. The council will meet tomorrow. They will decide about the treaty with the Allori. Some are eager. Some are afraid. I need to know, is Earth safe with these aliens? Lisa looked at Mira, who was studying earth flowers nearby. Yes, I believe Earth is safe. The Allori could have harmed us long ago if they wanted. They have watched us for years. They chose friendship. Sharon nodded. Thank you, Lisa. I trust your judgment. You know them best. That night, Lisa could not sleep. She thought about what Mira had told her. The Allori were judging if humans deserved the stars. What if they decided humans were too dangerous, too violent? Would they try to keep Earth isolated? Would they use their advanced technology against humans? Lisa looked at Mira sleeping in the other bed. Her green skin glowed softly in the dark. Her breath was slow and peaceful. Lisa remembered the scared, lonely feeling when her ship crashed on the alien world. She remembered Mira's kindness, her promise to protect Lisa, whatever happened tomorrow. Lisa would stand by her friend. She believed the Allori wanted peace. She had to trust Mira. Morning came with rain. The sky was gray, but the air felt clean. Lisa and Mira dressed in formal clothes. Today was an important day. The Earth Council would meet with Mira. They would talk about a treaty between humans and Allori. The meeting room was large with tall windows. The rain made patterns on the glass. Many people sat at a round table. President Sharon, General Wright, scientists, leaders from different Earth countries. They all watched as Mira entered the room. With Lisa, Mira wore her most beautiful Allori clothes. They shimmered with changing colors. Her long silver hair was braided with tiny lights. She looked like a being from another world. Which she was. Sharon stood. Ambassador Mira. We welcome you to this council. We are ready to discuss how Earth and the Allori might work together. Mira bowed. I bring greetings from the Allori Council. They have sent me to learn about humans, to see if our peoples can be friends. For many hours they talked. They discussed trade between worlds, sharing of some technologies, the dangers in space research together, helping each other. But there were hard questions too. What dangers exist in space? General Wright asked. What beings threaten both our worlds? Mira was quiet for a moment. There are old races in the dark places. Between stars, they do not welcome new space travelers. They have destroyed worlds before. The Allori fight them when needed. We protect younger races. Will these beings come to Earth? Someone asked. Mira nodded. Perhaps one day they watch for new worlds that reach for stars. Earth is reaching. The room was quiet. Everyone felt the weight of her words. Earth was not alone in space, and not all who watched were friendly. Finally, Sharon spoke. We need time to consider all you have said. Ambassador Mira. Tomorrow, we will continue. As they left the meeting room, Lisa felt people watching Mira. Some looked afraid, others looked excited. Lisa knew humans were divided. Some wanted Allori friendship, some feared it. The next day started early. Lisa and Mira ate breakfast together. Neither spoke much, both knew today was important. The Earth Council would meet again. They would continue talks about the treaty as they prepared to leave their room. Mira stopped suddenly. She tilted her head as if listening to something Lisa could not hear. What is it? Lisa asked. Something is wrong, Mira said. Her golden eyes narrowed. I feel a disturbance. Before Lisa could ask more, there was a loud knock on their door. A guard stood. Their Ambassador Mira, the guard said. President Sharon needs to speak with you right away. Something has happened. They followed the guard through long hallways. The base seemed more active than before. More guards stood at doors. People rushed past. With worried faces, Lisa felt fear growing inside her. President Sharon waited in a room with screens on the walls. General Wright stood beside her. Both looked serious. A large screen showed a picture of space. A strange ship hung there. It was not. Human-made and unknown vessel entered Earth orbit 1 hour ago. Sharon said, her voice was tight. It does not answer our calls. We cannot identify it. She looked at Mira. Do you know this? Ship. Mira stepped closer to the screen. Her face changed. She looked afraid. Yes, she whispered. The Draknir, a dark race. They follow the Allori. They hate new space travelers. Lisa remembered what Mira had said about dangers in space, other beings not friendly like them. This was why the Allori wanted alliance with Earth. Why? Are they here? General Wright asked. Mira turned to them. They sensed my presence. They know the Allori have contacted Earth. They come to stop possible alliance between our worlds. Sharon looked grim. What will they do? Mira spoke softly. They will demand. Earth reject Allori friendship. They will threaten. They may attack. This is their way. The room was silent. Everyone looked at the alien ship on the screen. It was black, with strange red lights. It looked like nothing humans had built. Lisa thought it. Looked evil like a spider waiting. We must prepare defenses, General Wright said. Mira shook her head. Your weapons cannot harm Draknir ships. They are too advanced. Then what can we do? Sharon asked. Mira was quiet for a moment, thinking I must speak with them in person. They respect only strength. They may listen to an Allori ambassador. No, Lisa said. They might hurt you. They might kill you. Mira touched Lisa's arm gently. I promise to protect you. Remember, that promise extends to your world. Now I must keep it. General Wright spoke. A small ship is ready. It can take you to orbit to meet this vessel. Mira nodded. I will go, but Lisa comes with me. Everyone protested. This was too dangerous. Lisa was too valuable as the first human to contact aliens. But Lisa stood firm. I know Mira, I trust her. I go where she goes, finally. Sharon agreed. It was decided Mira and Lisa would go to meet the Draknir ship. They would try to speak peace. If that failed, Earth would fight even against advanced weapons. As they prepared to leave, Lisa was given a spacesuit. Mira did not need one. Her people could survive in space for short times. She wore only her Allori clothes, which now looked like armor. The small ship was ready. It would carry them to orbit where the Draknir waited. Lisa felt afraid but also determined. She would not let Mira face danger alone before they boarded. Sharon spoke to them both. This is beyond what we expected when you came to Earth, Ambassador. But know that humans stand with you against these Draknir. We may be young in space travel, but we fight for our world. Mira bowed. Thank you. The Allori chose well in seeking humans as allies. The small ship rose from Earth. It was fast and quiet. Inside, Lisa watched her planet grow smaller below them. The blue world that was her home looked peaceful from space. She wondered if it would stay that way. Mira sat beside her with closed eyes. She seemed to be meditating, or perhaps communicating with her people. Lisa did not disturb her. Finally, they reached orbit. The Draknir ship was huge and dark. It made the human ship look like a toy. Its surface was rough like black stone. Red lights pulsed along its sides. Lisa felt the small ship shake. The Draknir were pulling them in. A voice came through the speakers, a harsh sound with strange words. What are they saying? Lisa asked. They command us to enter their ship. Mira said. They will speak with us. The small ship was pulled into an opening in the side of the Draknir vessel. The human pilot could not resist. The door closed behind them. They were inside the alien ship. Mira stood. I will go first. Stay close to me, Lisa. Do not show fear. They respect only strength. They left their ship. The air was breathable but smelled strange, like metal and something burning. The walls were black with red veins running through them. The floor felt warm under their feet. They walked down a long corridor. It seemed to pulse with life, as if the ship itself was alive. Lisa stayed close to Mira. She was glad she was not alone. They entered a large room. In the center stood 3 tall figures, the Draknir. They were not like the Allori. They had rough, dark skin, like burnt wood. They had 4 arms each. Their eyes were red with no pupils. They wore no clothes, but their bodies were covered with metal plates that seemed to grow from their skin. The tallest Draknir spoke. Its voice was like stones grinding. Allori, why do you bring humans to the stars? They are not ready. They fight. They destroy. They will bring chaos. Mira stood tall, facing the alien. Her voice was strong. Humans have spirit and heart. They learn quickly. Yes, they make mistakes, but they grow from them. The Allori Council has chosen to offer friendship. The Draknir moved closer, its red eyes fixed on Mira. You waste your time. These creatures are dangerous. Look at their history. Wars, pollution, cruelty. The stars are not for them. Lisa felt anger rising inside her. She stepped forward. I am human, she said. We may not be perfect, but we try to be better. Each day we learn. Each day we grow. Who are you to judge us? The Draknir turned its burning eyes to Lisa. You speak bravely for a species so young, so weak. Mira moved between Lisa and the Draknir. She speaks truth. Human history has darkness, yes, but also light music, art, kindness. Sacrifice. The Allori believe humans deserve a chance among the stars. The Draknir seemed to grow larger with anger. We disagree. The Allori grow soft. We have watched these humans. They cannot be trusted with space travel. They will bring their wars to the stars. Lisa felt cold fear. These beings wanted to keep humans trapped on Earth. They saw her species as dangerous animals that should be caged. Mira spoke again, her voice like music after the harsh Draknir sounds. If you threaten Earth, you threaten the Allori. We have protected this world, we will continue. The Draknir leader made a sound like breaking metal. You choose humans over peace with us. Mira nodded. I do. The Allori Council does. Humans have earned their place among star travelers. Your judgment is rejected. The room grew darker. The red veins in the walls pulsed faster. Lisa felt danger growing. Then you leave us no choice, human, the Draknir said. Our ship carries weapons. Your primitive world cannot resist. We will demonstrate why young races must be controlled. Lisa felt horror. They were threatening Earth. All because humans were considered too dangerous to join space travelers. The irony would have been funny if it were not so terrible. Mira stepped forward, her golden eyes blazing with light. Know this, Draknir. If you attack Earth, you attack the Allori. The full force of our fleet will respond. Is one young world worth war with us? The Draknir were silent. Lisa could almost feel them calculating, thinking. She knew Mira was bluffing. The Allori ships were far away, they could not come in time to save Earth. But the Draknir did not know how far. Finally, the Draknir leader spoke. You risk much for these humans, Allori. We will withdraw for now. But the Draknir Council will hear of this. They will not be pleased. The fate of Earth is not decided. Mira bowed slightly. We accept your withdrawal. Thank you for your wisdom. The Draknir turned away. Without another word, they left the room. Lisa felt her legs shake with relief. Let us go, Mira said quietly. They may change their minds. They hurried back to the human ship. It was released from the Draknir vessel. They flew back toward Earth. As they watched, the Draknir ship moved away. Its engines glowed red. Then it disappeared. It had gone to another part of space. Lisa looked at Mira. You were amazing, she said. You saved Earth. Mira looked tired. Her green skin seemed paler. I only bought time. The Draknir will return. They will bring others who think like them. Earth must be ready when they landed. Sharon Wright and others waited. They had watched everything through the ship's cameras. They had heard the threats. They knew how close Earth had come to attack. Mira told them everything. The Draknir believed humans were too dangerous for space travel. They wanted to keep Earth isolated. They might return with more ships. This changes everything. Sharon said, we need the Allori Alliance more than ever. We need your protection. Your technology. Mira nodded. This was always the true purpose of my visit, to prepare Earth for the wider universe. It is not all friendly. Not all beings welcome new space travelers. That night, Lisa and Mira sat together looking at the stars through their window. Lisa felt different. She had seen Earth from space. She had met aliens who thought her kind were dangerous. She understood now how small and vulnerable her world was. Do you think the Draknir will come back? She asked. Mira nodded. Eventually, yes, but not soon. They will consult their Leaders. They will watch Earth more carefully now. Will the Allori protect us? Mira looked at her friend. Yes, but Earth must also protect itself. You must grow stronger, wiser, more united. The Draknir fear what humans might become. They see your potential, for good or ill. Lisa thought about this. Humans had a long history of fighting each other, of damaging their own world, but also of creating beauty, of helping each other, of reaching for the stars. 6 months passed since the Draknir threat Earth changed. The arrival of the Allori and the knowledge of other beings in space united humans in new ways. Old enemies worked together, new friendships formed. People looked to the stars with both hope and caution. Lisa and Mira traveled to many places. They spoke to leaders and regular people. They explained the Allori Earth Alliance. They prepared humans for their new place in the universe. They visited a city called New York with tall buildings, and many people. Mira found it fascinating. So many humans living so close together. The Allori spread out more on their worlds. They valued open space. They saw oceans and mountains and deserts. Mira loved the water. She would stand for hours watching waves. Her people came from a dry world. Water was precious to them. Everywhere they went, people stared at Mira. Some were afraid. Some were curious. Most were friendly children, especially liked the green woman with golden eyes. They asked innocent questions. That made Mira laugh. One day as they walked through a park, a small boy ran up to Mira. He held out a chocolate bar. "Are you the alien who likes chocolate?" he asked. Mira knelt down beside him. "Yes," she said. "How did you know?" The boy smiled. "Everyone knows. The alien who loves chocolate is friend to Earth." Lisa watched as Mira took the chocolate with thanks. She saw how gentle Mira was with the child, how patient with his many questions. Mira truly cared about humans. Lisa felt proud of her friend. Not everyone welcomed the Allori. Some humans feared the aliens and their advanced technology. Some did not trust the stories about the Draknir. They thought it was a trick to control Earth. A group called Earth first grew stronger. They held protests. They made angry speeches. They said humans should reject alien influence. Earth should stand alone. Evening. Lisa and Mira returned to their room after a long day of meetings. They were tired. The Earth First protesters had been outside, shouting, waving signs. Some had thrown things. The guards had kept them safe, but the anger was troubling. Lisa sat on her bed. She looked at Mira. "Do you ever regret coming to Earth?" Mira was quiet for a moment. "No," she said finally. "I believe in what we do. The alliance. Between our worlds it matters. Those who fear will learn in time." Lisa nodded. "I hope so. Some humans are stubborn. They hold to old ways, old fears." That night Lisa dreamed of the Draknir, their burning red eyes, their threats. She woke with fear cold in her stomach. She looked across the room. Mira sat by the window staring at the stars. She seemed troubled. "Can't sleep?" Lisa asked. Mira turned to her. "I received a message from the Allori Council. The Draknir have been seen near your solar system. They watch. They wait. I fear they plan something." Lisa felt the cold fear return. "What can we do?" Mira stood. "We must speed up our work. Earth needs Allori technology to defend itself. The Council has agreed to share more than planned. They send ships with new devices." Next morning they met with Sharon and General Wright in a secure room. Mira told them about the Draknir movements, about the new Allori technology coming to Earth. General Wright looked grim. "How much time do we have?" Mira shook her head. "I do not know. The Draknir are patient. They may watch for years before acting, or they may come tomorrow. We must be ready." Sharon nodded. "We will increase our space defenses, work with the Allori ships, train our people with the new technology. For weeks, Earth prepared. Space stations were built. Weapons were placed in orbit. Ships were made ready. Allori teachers worked with human students, showing them new science, new ways to protect their world." Lisa and Mira barely slept. They worked day and night, helping coordinate. The preparations Lisa saw how tired Mira looked, her green skin paler, her golden eyes less bright. She worried for her friend. Mira pushed herself too hard. She barely ate. She spent hours in communication with the Allori ships. She taught humans about Draknir weakness, about space battle tactics. She was determined to protect Earth. One night, Lisa found Mira collapsed on the floor of their room. She had fainted from exhaustion. Lisa called for help. Doctors came, both human and Allori. They said Mira needed rest. Her body was failing from stress. For 3 days, Mira lay in bed recovering. Lisa stayed by her side. She held her friend's hand. She told her stories of Earth. She reminded her of their first meeting, the chocolate, the promise. On the 4th day, Mira opened her golden eyes. She looked at Lisa. "You stayed with me," she said, her voice weak. "Always," Lisa said, "just as you stayed with me on your world. We protect each other. Remember." Mira smiled. Then she became serious. "I must tell you something, Lisa. Something I have hidden. I am not just an ambassador, I am a guardian. One of the highest Allori ranks. I was sent to judge Earth, yes, but also to protect it. My life is sworn to this task." Lisa was surprised, but somehow not shocked. She had always felt Mira was special even among her own people. "You should have told me," she said. Mira nodded. "I should have. But the guardian role is secret. My people feared humans might not trust me if they knew my full purpose." As Mira recovered, Earth continued to prepare. The skies filled with new satellites, space stations grew larger. Allori and human ships patrolled the solar system. They watched for Draknir vessels. Lisa noticed changes in herself too. She was stronger now, more confident. She had faced the Draknir. She had helped build an alliance between worlds. She was not the same scared woman who crashed on an alien planet. One morning as they ate breakfast, their communication devices beeped. A message from Space General Wright needed them urgently. They rushed to the command center. A large screen showed the edge of the solar system. A group of dark ships had appeared, Draknir vessels. More than before. Much more. "They are testing our defenses," General Wright said, her face tight with worry. "They send small groups. Each time more ships, they learn our responses, they prepare for something bigger." Mira studied the screen. "This is their way," she said. "They probe. They test. They learn. Then they strike. We must be ready for the real attack. This is not it." For months this continued. The Draknir would appear, test Earth defenses, then withdraw. Each time they learned more. Each time Earth and the Allori learned too. They improved their tactics, their technology, their coordination. Lisa worked with human leaders, helping them understand the Draknir tactics. Mira worked with Allori ships, coordinating their movements with Earth defenses. Together they built a shield around the planet. The Earth First protesters grew quieter as the Draknir threat became more clear. Even they could see Earth needed allies. The Allori were not the enemy. The true danger came from the dark ships that probed Earth's defenses. One night as they prepared for sleep, Mira seemed troubled. Lisa asked what was wrong. "The Allori Council has sent a message," Mira said. "The guardian ships are coming." "What does that mean?" Lisa asked. Mira looked at her with serious golden eyes. "The guardians are our greatest defenders. They come only when war is certain. The Council believes the Draknir will attack soon." With all their strength, Lisa felt cold inside. "How soon?" Mira shook her head. "Days, perhaps a week at most. The signs are clear. The Draknir gather their fleet. They prepare for a full assault." The next day they told Sharon and General Wright. The highest human leaders were called to an emergency meeting. The Allori ships in orbit went on full alert. Earth prepared for war. Lisa worked with communication teams, making sure humans and Allori could coordinate. Their languages, their methods were different, but they had trained together for months. They were ready. Mira spent time in meditation. She connected with the approaching Guardian ships. She prepared herself for battle. Lisa worried for her friend. She had never seen Mira look so serious, so focused. 3 days later it began. The sensors detected a massive fleet approaching from deep space, hundreds of Draknir ships moving toward Earth. Their weapons powered, their intentions clear. Earth and Allori ships moved to defensive positions. The space stations activated their shields. The ground defenses pointed to the sky. Everyone waited watching the approaching enemy. Mira stood in the command center. Her eyes closed. Her mind linked to the Allori fleet. The Guardian ships had arrived. They were larger, more powerful than other Allori vessels. They glowed with blue fire. They took positions around Earth. The Draknir fleet came closer, their black ships blocking the stars, their red lights pulsing like angry eyes. A message came from their leader. Surrender the human world to our control, or we will destroy it. The stars are not for such dangerous beings. Earth must be isolated. For the safety of all, Sharon stood tall and answered, "We reject your demand. Earth stands with the Allori. We choose freedom among the stars." The Draknir response was immediate. They attacked, their weapons fired. Red beams sliced through space toward Earth and its defenders. The battle was like nothing humans had ever seen. Allori Guardian ships moved with impossible speed, their blue weapons cutting through Draknir vessels. Earth ships fought alongside them, their new weapons powerful enough to damage the enemy. From the ground, people watched, lights in the sky, flashes of red and blue. The battle for Earth's future played out above their heads. Lisa stood in the command center watching the tactical displays. She coordinated communications between human and Allori ships. Her heart pounded with fear and determination. Mira stood nearby, her eyes glowing. With golden light, her mind linked to the Guardian fleet. She directed their movements with the skill of a born warrior. Lisa had never seen this side of her friend, the fierce protector. For hours the battle raged. The Draknir had numbers. The Allori had skill and technology. Humans had courage and their home to defend. It seemed evenly matched. But slowly the Draknir pushed closer to Earth, their ships taking damage but still coming. 3 days passed since the great battle. Lisa hardly slept. She barely ate. She watched the sky, hoping for news of Mira. The Allori ships had returned, most of them, but the Guardian Prime was still missing. No one knew if it survived the final blast. Sharon and General Wright tried to comfort Lisa. They told her Mira was a hero. She had helped save Earth, but Lisa did not want a hero. She wanted her friend back. The green woman with golden eyes who had promised to protect her on the 4th day. Lisa sat, alone in the garden where she and Mira had often walked. She looked at the flowers, remembering how Mira had touched them with wonder, how she had compared them to plants on her world. The memory brought fresh pain. A shadow fell across the ground. Someone stood behind her. Lisa turned, hoping against hope. It was not Mira. It was an Allori she had not met before. This one had blue skin and silver eyes. She wore the armor of a guardian. She bowed to Lisa. "I am Kayla." She said, "I bring news of Mira." Lisa stood, her heart pounding. Is she? She could not finish the question. Kayla smiled gently. "Mira lives the guardian. Prime survived, though damaged severely. It drifts far from here. Repairs are slow, but Mira asked me to find you, to tell you she keeps her promise." Lisa felt tears on her face. Tears of relief, of joy. Mira was alive. She would return when Lisa asked. Kayla looked sad. "Soon, we hope, but her injuries are great. Even for Allori, healing takes time. The battle with the Draknir executor, she used her life force to power the final strike. It nearly consumed her." Lisa understood then the sacrifice Mira had made. She had nearly died to save Earth. She had given everything for her promise to protect. While they waited for Mira's return, Earth changed. The battle had shown humans their place in the universe. They were not alone. They were not the strongest. But they had courage and friends among the stars. The Allori-Earth alliance grew stronger. More Allori came to Earth. More humans visited Allori worlds. They shared knowledge, art, music. They learned from each other. They built a future together. The Earth. First movement faded away. Most humans now welcomed the Allori. They understood the alternative was isolation or worse. The Draknir defeat had shown the value of friendship between worlds. Lisa worked with Sharon and General Wright. She helped coordinate the continuing alliance. She used everything she had learned from Mira. She became an ambassador in her own right, representing Earth to the stars. 2 weeks after Kayla's visit, Lisa woke in the night. She felt something, a presence. She opened her eyes. Mira stood by the window, the moonlight shining on her green skin. She looked thinner, her golden eyes dimmer. But she was there. She was. Lisa ran to her friend, embraced her, tears flowing freely. "You came back," she whispered. Mira held Lisa, her arms weak, but her grip firm. "I promised, didn't I?" She said, her voice soft. "To protect you forever." They sat together. Mira told Lisa about the battle, about the Guardian Prime, about the terrible moment when she faced the Draknir executor. She had channeled the combined power of all Allori on the ship. She had focused it into one desperate strike. The blast nearly destroyed the Guardian Prime, nearly killed Mira herself. But it worked. The Draknir executor was defeated. The enemy fleet lost heart. The Earth was saved. "I thought I would die there," Mira said. "But I heard your voice, somehow, calling me back. It gave me strength to hold on." Lisa smiled. "Through tears, I never stopped hoping, never stopped believing you would return." In the following days, Mira regained her strength. The color returned to her skin, the brightness to her eyes. She and Lisa resumed their work, building the bridge between worlds. The Allori Council sent a message. Mira and Lisa were both honored as heroes of the Alliance. They were invited to visit the Allori homeworld, to meet the High Council, to be recognized for their service. The journey would take weeks, even in the fastest Allori ship. Lisa had never left Earth orbit before. The thought of traveling to another star system, another world, filled her with excitement and fear. Before they departed, Lisa visited her family, her parents, her sister. They had watched the battle from Earth. They had seen the lights in the sky. They had feared for her. They had prayed for her return. Now they met Mira. They embraced the alien woman who had saved their daughter, who had saved their world. Lisa saw her mother cry as she hugged Mira, saw her father shake Mira's hand with respect. Her sister asked Mira endless questions about Allori. Worlds on their last night on Earth. Lisa and Mira stood on a hillside looking up at the stars. Tomorrow they would journey beyond the solar system to the Allori homeworld. Lisa felt ready for the adventure. She had grown so much since that day her ship crashed on a strange planet. "Do you remember when we first met?" Mira asked, her golden eyes reflecting starlight. Lisa smiled. "How could I? Forget I was scared alone. I thought I would die on your world." Mira took Lisa's hand, and I had never tasted chocolate. She laughed her bell-like laugh. "Such a small thing," Lisa said. "A piece of chocolate. And it changed everything." Mira nodded. Small things often do. The greatest friendships, the greatest loves. They begin with small moments. A kind word, a shared meal, a piece of chocolate. The Allori ship waited in orbit. It would take them to Mira's home, the beginning of a new journey. The stars spread before them endless possibilities. The next morning they said goodbye to Earth. They boarded the shuttle that would take them to the waiting ship. General Wright, Sharon, and many others came to see them off, the heroes of the Draknir battle. As the shuttle rose toward space, Lisa looked down at Earth, the blue world growing smaller below her home, but not her only home now. She belonged to the stars too, like Mira. The Allori ship was beautiful. It glowed with blue and green light. Its halls were wide and filled with plants. Its windows showed the vastness of space. Lisa had her own room next to Mira's. It was comfortable with Earth objects to make her feel at home. The journey began. The ship moved away from Earth faster than human vessels could travel. Soon they passed Mars, then Jupiter. Then the edge of the solar system, Earth, was just another point of light among the stars. Mira showed Lisa how the ship worked, how it folded space to travel vast distances, how it created its own air, food, water. The Ilori had mastered living in space. They were at home among the stars. Other Ilori on the ship welcomed Lisa. They were curious about humans. They asked about Earth music, Earth food, Earth customs. Lisa taught them. Human songs. They taught her Ilori. Dances, they shared meals, stories, laughter. At night, Lisa would look out her window at the stars rushing past. She thought about everything that had happened. Since that day her ship crashed, since she offered chocolate to an alien woman, since Mira promised to protect her. One day Mira came to Lisa's room, excited. "We approached the home system," she said. Come see Lisa followed her friend to a large window. At first she saw only stars. Then one grew brighter. A sun like Earth's around it colored points, of light worlds of the Ilori. The ship slowed. 7 planets circled the sun, each beautiful in its own way. One blue, like Earth. One red, like Mars. One ringed like Saturn. Others in colors Lisa had no names for. Mira pointed to a green world, the third, from the sun. "My home," she said, "Iloria. The first world of our people," as they came closer. Lisa could see continents, oceans, great forests that covered much of the land, cities that glowed with soft light. They looked like they grew from the planet itself, not built but grown. The ship entered orbit around Iloria. Lisa looked down at the alien world with wonder. She would walk on another planet, circle another sun, breathe air from another world. "We will land near the Great Council Hall." Mira said, "Many wish to meet you. The first human to visit our homeworld." The friend who helped defeat the Dreknir, Lisa, felt nervous. What if she made mistakes? What if she offended the Ilori customs? What if they did not like her? Mira seemed to read her thoughts. "They will love you," she said, "as I do. You brought chocolate, remember?" She smiled. "That makes you special." The ship descended through clouds of pink and gold. The ground came closer. Lisa could see buildings like giant shells or flowers rising from the earth. In spirals of white and green, people moved below Ilori with skin in many colors. Green like Mira, blue, purple, silver. They looked up at the approaching ship. They landed in a field of strange plants. Their stems twisted their flowers, glowing softly. The door opened. Air rushed in. It smelled sweet like nothing on Earth. Lisa took her first breath on an alien world. It filled her lungs with life. Mira took her hand. Together they walked down to the surface of Iloria. The gathered Ilori watched in silence. Then one stepped forward. An elder with skin the color of pearls and eyes of deepest gold. "Welcome, Lisa of Earth," the elder said, their voice like music. "We honor you, friend of Ilori, defender of alliance. The stars welcome you." Lisa bowed as Mira had taught her. "The honor is mine," she said. "My world and yours, friends across the void, stronger together." The elder smiled, then turned to lead them toward the city. A new chapter had begun. Humans and Ilori together among the stars. That night, Lisa stood on a balcony looking up at unfamiliar stars. The patterns were all wrong. No Big Dipper, no North Star, but beautiful in their strangeness. Mira joined her. "Look," she said, pointing. "One star brighter than the others. That is your sun, your Earth circles." That light. Lisa stared at the distant star that was home, so far away, yet connected now by friendship, by alliance, by chocolate. "Do you miss it?" Mira asked. "Sometimes," Lisa said, "but I'm where I belong right now with you. Under strange stars." Mira smiled. "The stars are never strange. Once you know them, they become friends like us."